All right, quick little update on the whole braceless, stockless AR journey. I'm still very intrigued by it. Still think it holds a lot of advantages, at least legally, over a SBR, a registered SBR. So I just wanted to just kind of start introducing new variables. So the use of kit or plate carrier, different shooting positions to just kind of see how it all shook out. This is a pretty good barricade trainer. It lets me shoot from 3 different positions. And the real struggle here was matching up my point aim to point impact while shifting the axis of the bore. So here, kind of simulating shooting under a car, like next to a tire or something, where the magazine is facing to the left, kind of popping up into a traditional kneeling barricade, and then going all the way to the top, simulating shooting over top of perhaps the hood of a car while trying to minimize your exposure. All these positions, or at least 2 of them, kind of the less stock, the better, because they don't utilize a stocked position anyway. And even on the kneeling barricade, anything that you can kind of load into the barricade kind of reduces the necessity for a stock anyway. So I've really found this configuration to be quite viable in this particular application. All right, next I wanted to try this barricade type shooting with my traditionally stocked rifle. So here I am running as kind of a run and gun barricade drill with my 14.5. Not really apples to apples because of simply I've got 2 optics, 1 magnified. That just adds a lot more capability than a red dot. So when you see my target, definitely consider that as one of the factors for that accuracy. All right, after about a 100-yard dash back to the barricade, I can kind of start that portion of the drill. So first up, shooting from that top position, simulating shooting on top of a car while minimizing exposure. I'm able to get a decent enough sight picture through the ACOG. Stock doesn't really help or hurt from that position. It's kind of just out of the way. Where it really comes in handy is this position here, this traditional kneeling position. That extra surface area kind of helps me load the gun into the barricade for a lot of stability. Now, you can only do that with a free floated barrel, which this gun happens to have. But again, that extra stability is appreciated, and it shows on my target later. The stock becomes more of a liability and less of a help once you start using these weird positions like this one here. This simulates shooting under a vehicle next to a tire. In fact, you can kind of superimpose this position behind the tire on my truck behind me in this frame. But that's the kind of position you would use to hide behind the axle while shooting under a vehicle. Now, shooting prone with kit or a plate carrier in an ACOG is a pain in the ass. It is in competition. It was in the military during my qualifications. Just that lack of eye relief really interferes with a good platform that's interrupted by bulky kit. That malfunction definitely cost me some time, but the target looks pretty good with all alphas except for 1 Charlie. Next up, I'm running the my 10.5 configuration with no stock or brace. Pretty good at the close range stuff. The red dot's pretty fast, and not having to worry about eye relief definitely helps as I flow through some of these positions. This is my second run of the day through this drill, so it definitely looks smoother. A lot can be attributed to that alone, plus the optic over just the fact that it doesn't have a stock on it. But mainly demonstrating that the lack of a stock doesn't seem to be slowing me down on this type of drill. In this position here, I would say that the lack of a stock definitely helps. Just being able to get a good cheek weld and not really worrying about a stock in any way helps tremendously. Even from this prone position, I seem to be able just to shove my cheek on it, see the dot, and seem to make my hits okay. In fact, I have a lot less trouble running this setup than I did through the ACOG. Time drill fast, 20 seconds less than the other one, but my target is not as good with 2 deltas, a miss, and a Charlie. So anyway, that's where I am on the braceless stockless journey. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the configuration. Don't seem to be limited by it too much, but time will tell as I get more training on both a stocked rifle and a stockless or braceless AR pistol. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Take care and stay safe.